Hi, everyone. Welcome to How to Key Acres Too Wet to Seed on a Seeded Acreage Report online. First and foremost, hopefully everyone gets in with their online sign in, and then once you're in, you will be at what you'll see here, which is the Seeded Acreage Report. You'll scroll down through the questions, and then you'll see your legal lands. So if your first field is one that's too wet to seed, you'll hit the unseeded acres type. You'll do this drop down as the easiest one. Too wet to seed is what you click, and you'll put in the acres. So if it's 160 acres, you put the whole 160 acres. If they were all too wet to seed, add field and close. If you had a partial field that was too wet to seed and some of it was seeded, here's how you would do it there. You'd do the crop first and foremost. So if it was red spring wheat, we'll click down on the red spring wheat or use the drop down. Click on there, you do the seeding date, whichever it was. Once you have that in, then you'll use your variety. And if it was 100 acres out of 160 that was seeded, you'll put the 100 acres in, and then you'll add field and close. But before you leave this legal land, you'll hit the unseeded button again. And then that's where you'll put the drop down to too wet to seed. And then the acres which cannot exceed 160, so it'll be the 60 acres that were too wet to seed. Before you leave the legal land, you should be able to review it and see that you have 100 acres of red spring wheat that was seeded and 60 acres too wet to seed. Once you're done keying each legal land, if you go back to the top of the report, you will see the tabs so that you can review your excess moisture. We're just scrolling up now. So you've got errors and warnings. So if you actually made a mistake and had more acres in a legal land than 170, it will give you a warning saying you have too many acres. So if you had 100 acres of red spring wheat and you put 72 or 75 too wet to seed, it's going to give you that warning. Before you move over, the next one is the summary. That will go through all the legals and tally up all the red spring wheat that was seeded, all the acres too wet to seed. So you can review that before you submit. If everything looks right, click the review and submit button, and from there you can send it on. I hope that answers your questions. Hopefully you're having a great day and the online's working well for you. Thank you very much.